The forests in the southwest of Guyana, bordered by tropical savannah, are a unique wildlife habitat. For generations, the Wapichan indigenous people have sustainably managed the forest and its resources. Seeing their territory and culture threatened by forest clearance for mining, the Wapichan began using modern mapping technology to secure legal land rights and protect their way of life. For the Wapichan, protecting the forest is enshrined in their culture. Adolphe Maurice has raised his family of 11 children to continue the traditions he was taught as a child.
Our culture is almost dying away because I was taught by my grandfathers, my grandmothers, many things of where jungle is concerned.
This traditional knowledge can be the source of sustainable jobs and income for those who might otherwise be unemployed.
It is very important because, you know, all of us doesn't have that knowledge to be doctors, nurses, whatever. This thing got money also, income to our homes, so their little income is this. Not plenty, but at least we live.
The forest and its resources are of vital importance to Wapichan, like Adolphe and his family.
It is very important to each and every one of us here. We know about it. We know where these things come from. Not only this, there are many things what we know about in the jungle. Medicines, our sacred sites. So those are important to each and every one of us here.
Seeing the rapid encroachment of mining companies and loggers into their forests, the Wapichan focused on securing legal ownership of their land.
One of our major problems that we have here is the mining activities, and that will cause destruction to our forests, pollution to our waterways. Our wildlife waters are polluted. Its impact on our wildlife and our fish resources. So if we don't have a legal ownership, governments tend to allocate concessions, mining concessions, logging concessions, agriculture concessions, without informing us. So before we started our work, that is something that we wanted to stop.
In 2003, the South Central People's Development Association, or SCPDA, was formed with a mission to map the forests on Wapichan territory and to record their traditional use as sources of materials, foods and medicines.
We are involved in resource mapping based on our traditional practices, our customary use of biological resources, and also implementing a live plan, a management plan, based on our visions as indigenous people.
The group has worked with international NGOs to embrace modern technology, including a community drone, to create a digital map, a crucial step in gaining recognition as custodians of the land.
So it took a 9 months period mapping our territory, mapping all these mountains here, the forest, the savannah, the creeks, and everything. All the resources we have, we had to touch it.
Their territory extends over 1.4 million hectares, almost half the size of Belgium, and the Wapichan enlisted modern technology to demonstrate their traditional use of the whole region.
Some people say, no, the savannah or the forest is too big, you can't use it, right? So we use smartphones, use GPS, to go and document those areas and show them there's evidence, yes, we do use the mountains, the creeks, the rivers, right? I think technology is very important because right now technology is all over the world. And tools like this can help us to get our land where we want it. Example, the mapping project, information we collect on the smartphone, data to upload online, so other people could know what struggle we have with our land.
A groundbreaking part of this initiative is its community mapping unit with a locally held database and map printer. Using the maps, SCPDA has brokered more than 100 intercommunity agreements on the use of natural resources.
With the technology that we are having now, they're able to see what is there, where the government plan to do different areas, where their areas are. They're able to actually interact with each other to actually see where their boundaries are, where they have to go, where they should not go. So we're able to plan out on a more structured basis in terms of how to use the area. And it actually helps us to justify our claim to the Wapichan traditional area that our forefathers has.
All 17 villages have agreed a collective land use plan, drawing on traditional ways of managing the land. The detailed knowledge of their lands ensures that standards are met for free, prior and informed consent of any external developments on Wapichan land.
The work in itself, it is a way of how we reconnect with our traditional practices, with nature, and showing this to the world. It can show the world that indigenous people, if you give them that support, we can show the world as a model for development. Because the Western type of development is destroy nature, destroy the trees, destroy the rivers, like they have been doing. Our type of development is more a sustainable development based in harmony with nature.